is Megan, and I got your number from your husband's phone. I figured it was time I sent you a notice about who I am and who I am to your husband, Charlie. Actually, he and I have been together for some time now. He was just too busy with me to tell you to leave. So, it would be great if you could be a dear and help us out here. It would be even more great if you could hurry up and step out of the picture. Okay? Thanks.
Who is this? Megan who? I don't know a Megan. You must have the wrong number. But seeing as how you had to introduce yourself, the person you are trying to reach must be a stranger too. Who are you to send such vulgar messages to a complete stranger? Have you no respect?
Oh, honey, it's okay. I understand. You must be so devastated to be betrayed by your trusted husband like this. It's just the initial shock. It'll pass. But let me say it again so you can really process this. I am sleeping with Charles. We have been for months now. We just celebrated our 6-month anniversary the other night. I'm with him right now. He is napping next to me. Your marriage is over, girl.
What on earth? My husband. Charles is with you right now.
He sure is. You thought he was at work, didn't you? Every morning, you thought he was off to work, so you got up at the crack of dawn and prepared a hearty breakfast for him, didn't you? Ironed and starched his button-ups, picked out his ties and shoes, and personally handed him his briefcase at the door, didn't you? And after he left to go to work, you went right ahead to cleaning, dusting, washing, wiping, tidying up all day, every day. Even then, you couldn't have the love you thought you deserved as a wife. Oh, I know this must be devastating to hear. But sweetie, a true queen doesn't get treated as one by being so desperately dedicated. You poor thing. You've been discarded like an old dish rag.
What? Dish rag. Discarded. Who are you? You sound like a middle school bully talking to a classmate about stealing their favorite pen. You must have the wrong number. My husband is in no condition to get out of bed, let alone be disloyal. To me or to anyone. And even if he could, he wouldn't make himself available to a vulgar woman like yourself a mile away. Please check the number and leave me alone. You have mistaken me for someone else, clearly.
I don't think so, honey.
Oh, is this a new form of catfishing? Am I being catfished right now? Well, it's not gonna work on me. I'm not that gullible, young lady. I'm calling the police now.
Catfishing? You think I'm scamming you right now? Wow, Charles was right. You are terrible at reading the situation and thinking on your feet when you're put in a disadvantageous position. You're just rambling out lies, aren't you? And don't you, young lady, me. I get that seniority is all you have on me, but come on. Be a lady and keep our age difference out of it. Gross. If you must know, even just to see how young your husband likes them, I just turned 25 last week. I am old enough to be comfortable in my own skin, but still young enough where everything is still tight and perky. I'm also old enough to know this is what I want, and that this is what he wants. So now that he's taking a nap beside me, I borrowed his phone to get your number.
My husband is really there. With you, right now.
Yes. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Do you think if you keep asking me it won't be true anymore? Do you need proof? Do you want me to send you a selfie? I know you've already seen him naked, but he may have changed since the last time you saw him a decade ago. There's no need to be ugly like that. I'm above it if you are. I just want you to be a dear and volunteer to leave him. Don't make a big deal, you know? What good is it for you, or for any of us really, to hold on to a shell of a man? He doesn't love you anymore. He hasn't for a long, long time. Trust me.
That is very curious. If all you're saying is true, can I ask you a question? Why are you, an eligible woman in her prime in all her perkiness, wanting to be with my husband? You take one step out of your house and the world is full of great young men who are in your own age group. There are TV programs that bring together young men and women and make couples out of them. Why are you obsessing over my Charles, who, let's be honest, isn't young or extremely handsome? Not anymore, at least.
He's still pretty young. Don't you say that about Charlie. Just because you think I'm competition doesn't mean you have to bring him down with you. What is wrong with you? I never cared about how men looked anyway. I know about the $10 million he'll be inheriting from his father soon, and that makes him the sexiest man I know. You are threatened by me because you think you'll lose that money to me now. It's embarrassing, honey, because that money was never going to be yours.
What inheritance?
What inheritance? Oh, yeah, right. Like hell you don't know. Charlie already told me you know. In fact, he told me everything. How his daddy is in the hospital fighting a losing battle with terminal cancer, and that he's leaving his entire net worth to his only son. He has maybe a month left to live if he's lucky. I mean, he's as good as gone, isn't he? Of course, you're gonna try to keep her place as Charlie's wife so you get to dip your finger in the honey pot. But no, that position is mine. Charlie is choosing me. Disappear quietly and I'll be sure to convince Charlie so you can have a fat severance check above market value.
I think I understand now, yes.
I knew you'd be interested once I mentioned the severance money. I like that. At least you're honest about your greed. Now that you've got your ears perked, there is one condition still.
You've already said more than one condition, but let's hear it. What is it?
When you leave Charlie, I need you to take his mom with you. Of course, you'll take your kids, but I need you to take his mom with you as well.
What?
His old mom. Once Charlie's daddy dies, I will bet you my life that she's gonna want to move in with him. I can't stand the thought of it, living with an old hag, fighting to be the alpha female of the house, competing for Charlie's attention like we're school children. Not to mention the old people smell. I hate old people. Ugh. I hope to God I don't live to be that old. Ew. So, I want you to volunteer to take her with you, okay?
The old hag.
Yeah. Oh, she sounds awful. So needy and naggy and high maintenance. Gross. Who does she think she is, a princess? She's like 70. I heard you and her get along really well, like real mother and daughter. She even likes you more than her own son sometimes. Is that true? That is messed up. I can't deal with that kind of bull. Nuh-uh. She's all yours. Think of the severance payment also as compensation for looking after his mom. You won't get paid like that anywhere working as a hospice nurse. So this is a great offer for you. Everybody wins.
Do you think without the old hag's approval, there will even be an inheritance? Like you guessed, in the case of a living spouse, it all goes to the spouse first.
For real? Oh, I thought that might happen. Well, I'm not worried about it. I'm sure Charlie has a plan when it comes to that. He's always complaining about his mom being annoying anyway. He's probably thought up a way to trick her into giving up her share. Did you think just because you were a little chummy with your mother-in-law that you get special treatment? That's hopeful and sweet, but very naive. Blood is always gonna be thicker than water, no matter what people say.
That is never gonna happen, I assure you. I don't foresee myself signing any document or contract presented to me concerning my renouncement of any inheritance I'm rightfully due.
What? What are you talking about?
I am not Charlie's wife. I'm his mother.
What?
That's right. I am the, what was it you called me? Old hag. It looks like you've been referring to my son rather than my husband. Did I get that right, dear?
Excuse me? I found a contact in his phone that was named Nag Queen. He would always complain about his wife nagging him, so I thought, but you're his mom, not his wife?
Last I checked, yes. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I am Charles Jr.'s mother. And yes, I'm the one whose approval and renouncement you were conspiring to obtain through less than ethical means until moments ago. I must say, I've been contemplating whether or not to officially include my daughter-in-law as a recipient of my husband's fortune after his passing. Mainly because I was uncertain as to how my idiot son would treat her once he's had a taste of the sudden wealth coming his way, and I wanted her to have a safety net. Huh, how silly of me. It was all for nothing. I knew I should have listened to my instincts. I am glad you mistook me for my son's wife today. Now I know what my decision needs to be. There shall be absolutely no inheritance for my son or any brainless bimbo he thinks his wife is worth trading for.
Brainless bimbo? How dare you? And what are you talking about? You can't do that to your own son. He's your flesh and blood. Just because I made a tiny, honest mistake, you can't write him off like that. I thought you were his wife. You are making a huge mistake here, Mrs. Parker. We will be talking to a lawyer and coming back to you with the full force of the law to claim what is ours. You will regret this.
As you please, dear. Throw all the tantrum you want. I'll be surprised if you manage to make back the money you'll spend on hiring a lawyer. Would you like to know how I know this? Because my husband's $10 million fortune is not his to give at all.
What? He has 3 vacation homes in the Bahamas, Greece, and Hawaii, and he is the founder of Parker Heights. Nice try, but that wasn't a very good lie.
He doesn't have a dime to his name because everything is under my name. My darling husband, Charles Sr., who's been the most devoted, loving man that ever was, bought and saved everything under my name. I never once thought of the money as mine because he is truly the mastermind behind his real estate empire. But now I'm glad that it is technically mine. I might have had a hard time convincing my husband to erase our son from his will, but since it's up to me and myself only, it should be a piece of cake. Charles Sr. never had any faith in insurance companies, you see, so you could say it was his way of securing my well-being in case something were to happen to him. I'm sure this comes to you as a foreign concept, how a man can love his wife with everything he has. My son surely has no such noble trait.
Charlie never told me that. He never mentioned anything about whose money it was. I bet it doesn't even matter. This is all hearsay and technicality.
It matters, sweetheart. In fact, it's the only thing that matters when it comes down to who gets to decide where the money goes. Were you so blinded by greed that you neglected to do any research on the subject? Do you think when the Queen of England died, her fortune would have gone to King Charles had her husband, Prince Philip, been still alive?
First of all, I don't even know what that means. And second of all, are you serious right now? Is this not some sick, desperate attempt to shoo me away? Mr. Parker really doesn't have anything for us?
Not a penny.
So then you would have to die for Charlie to get anything. And how many more years would we have to wait for that to happen then? You know, for the money to go to you and then for it to finally come to us?
What a question to ask me. You are quite something. Who knows, 30 years, 40, in this day and age where people live to be 100? Sure, I'm in my late 60s, but I'm as healthy as an ox. My own parents did not pass away until they were well into their 90s, so chances are I'll live to see the next century. Oh, please don't do anything stupid like waiting the 40 years for me to die. That would be most unwise. I will make it my life's mission to secure an ironclad will leaving everything to my daughter-in-law and her children. There won't be anything left for you to have waited for.
That's so heartless and so mean. How can you disregard your own son like that? Don't all mothers wish the best for their children? What kind of monster are you? How can you choose your daughter-in-law over your own baby boy?
Why, quite the contrary. I think this is one of the wisest decisions I've made in my relatively long life. Finally, I see things for how they are. You have knowingly broken up a marriage and stolen my grandchildren's father away from them. My son has abandoned his wife, children, and dying father to sleep around with a girl he clearly picked up at the gas station. Don't you worry about my making peace with my own decisions, and send me your address.
My address? Why?
I will be packing up my son's belongings and having them delivered over to your place. He is your problem now. I will make sure of it. Is that not what you wanted?
Why would he come here to me? Shouldn't the wife leave his house? Charlie said he and I would kick her out and move in. My apartment is only 800 square feet. We can't live here together. There's barely enough room here for my plants. Why would I stay with Charlie if there's no more inheritance or his big 4,000 square foot house? He's over 10 years older than me and barely makes $4,000 a month. We were counting on that inheritance. You can't pull the rug out from under us like this?
There never was a rug under you, Megan. That's where you're delusional. My precious gemstone of a daughter-in-law has had not one complaint about the $4,000 the whole 15 years of marriage, raising 3 beautiful children. It should be more than enough to feed 2 mouths if managed properly.
I don't want to have to manage money. I want to live without ever having to worry about it. $4,000 is gone like that if I buy one Chanel bag. I don't plan on living like every other middle-class housewife making grocery lists and clipping coupons. I wanted the $10 million and to live like a celebrity, with a cleaning lady and a whole closet dedicated to my future Chanel and Prada bags. Oh, what a waste of time this was. Oh. I'm out. I don't want your garbage son. I can't believe I spent 6 months of my life trying to get nowhere. I demand you pay me for the wasted time. Give me $50,000 and I will disappear forever. Yeah, $50K sounds reasonable, doesn't it? And I won't even say a word to Charlie's wife. That kind of money must be nothing to you. Come on, I gotta get something back. Do you know how many guys try to get my number on a daily basis? But I looked away for 6 whole months. Give me the $50,000 and everyone wins.
The answer is no, Megan. In fact, I'll make sure that my daughter-in-law will hear every word about this about you, and she will decide what she does with you. You are the one that may need to start paying her fines.
Fines? Me to her? What? Why would I get fined?
In our great state of North Carolina, dear, one can sue their spouse's adulterer and take them to court for ruining a marriage. Whether or not you had sex with a spouse matters only secondarily to have a case for what is called an alienation of affection. Looks like your stupidity got you into some serious trouble, doesn't it? Well, I better let you get to it. You have lots to do. Shortly afterwards, my idiot son was thrown out like an old dish rag himself and came crawling back to beg for forgiveness from me and his wife. It was not a pretty sight to behold, seeing my only son on his knees, but it was the least he could do to own up to what he'd done. I myself also asked my daughter-in-law for her forgiveness, for raising a man who turned out to be a terrible husband who broke her heart. I told her that she should decide how to proceed going forward and that I will 100% support whatever she decides. My daughter-in-law, who has a heart of gold, thought long and hard about this sudden onslaught of information and came to a conclusion that made me respect her even more. It was her judgment that keeping a bad husband around was exponentially better than having no father for her 3 children. Can you imagine that? A truly great mother who puts her children above all else, including her own pride and vengeance? However, upon my suggestion, Charles Jr. and his wife Anne both agreed for a brief separation, if only to allow Charles some time to self-reflect and for Anne to spend quality time with her children in our vacation home in Hawaii. As soon as my husband finally lost his battle to cancer and moved on to be with God, I pulled some strings and sent Anne and her children on an all-expense-paid resort trip for 2 months. What good is a fortune if I don't spend it on my loved ones? I am beyond grateful to have such a beautiful person inside and out come into my life, and sincerely hope that my imbecile son has some capacity left in him to learn a thing or two by following her example. As for the homewrecker, Megan, I'm unsure what fate was waiting for her after her brief time with my son. I could hire a private investigator to find out, if only for my own peace of mind. But I have a feeling my daughter-in-law would rather forgive and forget than hold on to unresolved grudges. In an attempt to learn from her myself, I've chosen to follow in her footsteps. I thank God every day that my grandchildren will grow up to be great human beings, and I will help them get there every day, if only to redeem myself from failing with Charles Jr. All in all, this whole calamity has strengthened us Parkers as a family.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, what time will you be home today? David, are you seeing my messages? I know you're busy, but can you at least respond? I actually have something important to talk about. Could you come home early today? You've been saying you're busy with overtime lately, but it's not really the busy season, right? Can't you spare just a little time?
My time is limited. I don't have time to waste on an old hag like you.
Old hag? David, what's gotten into you lately? You never used to talk to me like this. Even if you say that, I have things I want to talk about too. Can we even call ourselves a married couple? I can't remember the last time we actually talked.
That's because talking to you feels like the biggest waste of time. Unlike you, lounging around at home, I'm busy. Are you underestimating what it means to be a manager?
I'm not underestimating it, but it's not the busy season and you've never been unable to come home every day before, right? What's really going on? This isn't like you.
So what? Did you forget I got promoted to manager? The only reason you can live so comfortably is because of me. And yet all you do is complain. Honestly, marrying you was a mistake. I can't even stand to look at you anymore. You're such an old hag.
I see. So that's how you really feel. Then let me say this clearly over text. I really wanted to tell you in person, but...
What are you being so dramatic about? I'm not gonna listen to anything you say anyway. If you really have something to say, just hurry up and text it, old hag.
I'm pregnant.
What? Did you just say what I think you said?
Yes, I'm pregnant. Actually, I've known since last month, but I wanted to confirm everything before telling you directly. But we never had a chance to talk, so I'm having to tell you this way.
You're joking, right?
Why would you think I'd joke about something like this? I went to 3 different doctors to make sure. I have the ultrasound pictures. I can show you when you get home.
But you're 41 years old! You can't get pregnant anymore, can you? Isn't it too late for that?
I don't know why you think that, but yes, I can. Women can get pregnant in their 40s, David. It's not that uncommon. I mean, I am pregnant.
Whose kid is it?
What? It's your child, obviously. What are you talking about? How can you even ask me that?
Seriously? No way! A 41-year-old getting pregnant?
What's so funny? That reaction is awful. You do realize I'm your wife, right? Up until a few months ago, you were still being kind to me, but lately you've been acting strange. Is there something you're not telling me?
Well, I just recently realized that old hags are really gross!
Anyway, I'm too tired to keep texting about this. Please come home early, that's all.
Hey there, old lady. I heard you want your husband back. Lying about being pregnant won't work, you know. Do you really think you can keep David's heart with some old hag's pregnancy? It's seriously so pathetic I can't even watch.
Who are you?
David's real girlfriend. Only young women like me can be truly loved.
I see. So you're David's mistress.
Mistress? That's such an ugly word. I'm his real love. You're just the old wife he's stuck with.
Please stop this. Stop destroying our family.
It was already broken before I showed up. But David is serious about me, so won't you just give him up? I'm 28 years old, and a 41-year-old like you has no chance of winning.
28 years old? If you're that young, why would you want a 43-year-old man? What could you possibly have in common? Don't you want someone your own age?
Age doesn't matter. It's obviously love. David is so mature and successful. Unlike boys my age, he can actually provide for me.
Provide for you? Interesting choice of words. Did you happen to hear about his family background?
Or what do you mean? I haven't heard anything about his family being wealthy business owners.
So you did investigate completely. How thorough of you.
I don't know what you're implying. David and I are in love, that's all.
You should stop trying to marry for money. There's no benefit to it, and you'll definitely regret it. Trust me on this one.
Listen, I'm just telling you that you have no chance of winning, because I'm pregnant too!
What? Did you just say you're pregnant?
You might have thought you could keep him with your pregnancy, but that's absolutely impossible. I mean, a young, cute girl like me is pregnant. Who do you think he'd rather be with? If you think about it logically, it's obvious. So hurry up and back off, you old hag.
How convenient that we're both pregnant at the same time. What are the odds of that?
It's not convenient, it's destiny. David and I are meant to be together.
I see. So that's why you contacted me at this timing. I kind of understand now. You're worried that my pregnancy might complicate things for you.
I'm not worried about anything. I'm just being nice by letting you know the situation.
But it's not up to you to decide what we do. David is still my husband. I'll talk directly with my husband and decide. You'll regret making an enemy of me.
Hey, Jessica contacted you, right? So that's how it is. It's over between you and me. I don't care about your kid. I'm gonna start my life over.
Are you serious? So her name is Jessica.
Of course! The time I spent with you was wasted. Now I'm gonna live the best life with Jessica.
You're chasing after a young woman who's obviously after your money. Don't you think you should face reality a little? She's 28, David. What could she possibly see in a 43-year-old man?
What? After money? Jessica is serious about me. She's genuinely in love with me. Don't interfere with our happiness. Just get out already. Actually, you're the one who seems like a gold digger. I've been supporting you as a stay-at-home housewife all this time.
I earn my own money as a freelance designer. Just because I work from home doesn't make me a housewife. I earn and support myself properly. You just forgot about that, didn't you? Or maybe you conveniently chose to forget.
Whatever, but I don't care anymore. I already know it's impossible with you. I have Jessica now. A 41-year-old hag getting pregnant is so gross. I seriously can't handle it. But my young mistress is pregnant too, so I'm divorcing you, old hag.
Fine, then I'll leave.
Good luck on your own.
You too, though I think you'll regret this. But regret won't help when it's too late. You're making the biggest mistake of your life.
What are you even talking about? I'm finally free to be happy.
But I plan to have this baby, and it is your child. I'll make sure to properly secure this child's rights. Don't think you can just walk away from your responsibilities.
Ah! That's so annoying and troublesome. Why make things so complicated? But, well, if that makes you give up, then fine. I never planned to see your kid. I have Jessica and Jessica's child. Don't hold grudges and think of doing anything weird, okay?
I don't care, and I'm not interested. I'll take some time to move out of the house, so give me a week. And after that, I'll handle everything through a representative, so you don't need to contact me. Also, you're saying you'll never see the child, right? I want to be absolutely clear about this.
Of course! Stop being so persistent. I could never think of your kid as my own child. Jessica's child will be my real family.
I see. Then I'll proceed accordingly. Well then, thank you for the 10 years. Have a happy life with your young, cute, empty-headed idiot.
You finally moved out! Took way too long, but now the divorce is finalized, right? Should I invite you to my wedding with David?
No, thank you. My representative has handled the divorce procedures properly, and the divorce papers were accepted today. If you want to get married, go ahead. It's none of my business anymore.
It's so sad, having a kid, but David won't even look at you. In the end, you'll just have to live miserably and poor by yourself, while I'll be living the rich wife life.
I wonder about that. You might want to double-check your assumptions.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Let me tell you something first. The fortune you think you're going to get from David, there's nothing left.
What? What are you talking about? That can't be true. Stop making things up. David's family is loaded. I did my research.
Do you know David's sister, Sandra?
Huh? I don't know her. So what? Some sister isn't going to change anything.
Sandra is a lawyer, a very good one. She helped me with a divorce. David doesn't know yet, but Sandra is my representative.
So what? That has nothing to do with me.
The family assets are essentially managed by Sandra. That's why David is just a manager at a mid-sized company. If David was supposed to inherit all the assets, don't you think he'd be more involved in the family business? Don't you think he'd have a better position than middle management?
What do you mean?
David said he didn't want to rely on his family's money and cut ties with them. He said he was going to succeed on his own, so he's been working hard at his current job. That's why I handled the family relationships on David's behalf. I was the bridge between David and his family for 10 years. By marrying you, David plans to completely cut ties with his family.
That's a lie. I never heard about that.
He was originally treated as a failure by the family, so he didn't want to be involved, and he probably thought it would be nice if he could get some of the assets. But with what happened this time, his parents and Sandra are fed up with David, and David probably doesn't want their support anyway. The assets you think you're going to get are basically non-existent.
But we have a child. If we mention the child, the family will definitely change their minds. Grandparents always want to see their grandchildren. You're just saying this out of spite.
You're forgetting that I'm pregnant too, aren't you?
Huh? So what? You're getting divorced. Your kid doesn't matter anymore.
I did get divorced, but I can prove the child is David's, and I've confirmed with Sandra that I'll assert the child's rights.
Rights? You plan to use that child to take money? That's so calculating.
Honestly, I don't think I need the money, but the family says they'll support me, so I think I'll accept. I got along well with Sandra and David's parents, but I don't think they'll think highly of you. By the way, is that child really David's?
Of course it is. What stupid thing are you saying?
I see. Then you can prove that, right?
Huh? Prove what? Why? Why would I need to prove anything?
I'm asking if you can prove whether it's really David's child or not. If you're targeting David's family assets, you'd naturally need proof that it's David's child. Without that, David's family won't give you any money. They're lawyers and business people. They require documentation.
But I'm marrying David. The assets will naturally become mine and the child's.
They won't, but there's a possibility if the child is really David's. But based on your reaction, I'm starting to doubt that, though.
I don't need proof. David believes me.
That panicked reaction tells me everything I need to know about what kind of person you are.
Shut up! This is why I hate old hags. You're just jealous because David chose me, but at least I'll take David's current assets. He saved up quite a bit, and I'm getting it.
Saved up quite a bit? Where?
Huh? But he's a manager. He seemed to have money, so he must have some.
I was the one managing that well. I don't think David has any savings. Basically, his salary went to living expenses, and the rest went to young people like you, didn't it?
What do you mean, people like me? That's rude. I'm not like other girls.
Besides, I've legally seized all the joint accounts and real estate we shared. My lawyer was very thorough.
What? What does that mean? You can't just take everything.
It means I took proper measures to prevent you from stealing the money you were targeting. Also, David is the at-fault party in the divorce. That means he's obligated to pay me alimony. What will David have left after that?
What? Are you saying David has no money at all?
No love, just money-motivated child-making and marriage. And this is the result. Isn't this different from your ideal? Well, but this is reality.
This is completely different from what I planned. Aren't you just an old hag? Why are you going this far? Why won't you stop interfering with me and David?
Huh? Why should I celebrate your relationship? Are you stupid? Oh, well, you are stupid. Having relationships with multiple people, targeting the one who seems richest, then pressuring him to marry because you got pregnant. Well, you succeeded that far, and David is willing to marry you, so good for you! Except for the plot twist that he's not actually that rich.
Then all my efforts were just wasted? I turned down other guys for this? Guys who actually had money!
Efforts? Your efforts were misdirected. Next time, do better research before you wreck someone's marriage. It's none of my business anymore, but I'll be demanding alimony from you, too. Since you're the reason for the divorce, you're liable as well. Well, good luck raising your child.
Why aren't you answering even though I've called so many times? I've been trying to contact you. Where did you go? Are you safe? Sarah, please, I need to talk to you.
Yes? Safe from what? I'm perfectly fine, though I'm surprised you care about my safety now.
Good. I thought something happened when you didn't respond. Then why aren't you answering my calls? Can you call me back right now? This is important.
Huh? Why would I call you back? We have nothing to talk about. You made it very clear you wanted nothing to do with me.
What? Don't you understand that I have things to say?
Well, I don't. As I said before, if you need anything, go through my representative, Sandra. Now, excuse me. She handles all my communications now.
Wait! Then at least through text, please listen to what I have to say!
When I wanted to talk, you wouldn't answer your phone, wouldn't make time, and told me to text instead. Why don't you do the same?
I know you're angry, but please listen calmly. I was completely wrong. That woman was a total nightmare. Everything you said was right.
Oh, really? And? I'm listening.
That woman ruined my life! She said she was pregnant, but apparently it wasn't my child! I was completely fooled. I was such an idiot! How could I have been so stupid? At first she threatened to pay me child support because we were breaking up. She said I had to take responsibility, but I still thought it might be my child, so I said I'd pay proper support if she could prove it. But she got furious and made false reports to my company.
Oh my, she was even more of a nightmare than I thought, though not entirely unexpected.
Because of that, rumors spread at work that I got both my wife and mistress pregnant and wouldn't take responsibility for either. Of course, I explained the situation to my boss and said it was completely false, but since I actually did divorce you, that part was true, and how people looked at me changed.
Well, that's what you deserve. Actions have consequences, David.
I'm in sales, right? They were worried it would affect company performance, so I ended up being demoted from manager. My reputation is completely destroyed. No one respects me anymore. And when that woman found out, she just ran off with another man. She didn't even say goodbye, just disappeared.
What a shock! A gold digger moved on to a better target. Who could have possibly seen that coming?
I wasn't fired, but my career is basically over. I was thinking of changing jobs and checked my savings, but after paying you alimony, it was all gone. No assets left. I contacted my sister to check on family assets, but there are no assets in my name.
Of course, I already talked to Sandra about that, but you never had anything. When we first got married, we invested together, but you lost interest, so everything ended up in my name. I have it in writing that property division is unnecessary, so there's nothing for you to get.
This can't be! Sarah, did you know this would happen and plan it? You set me up!
If I could have planned it, I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. You think I wanted to be a single mother? But it's true that I made sure you wouldn't get any assets. Since you have a history of cheating, I thought you might waste money on someone or spend it recklessly, which would be problematic, so I transferred everything to my name and consulted with Sandra to prepare. But when your last affair was discovered a year ago, you said something, remember? That you'd never make the same mistake again and would be a good husband for life.
Now that you mention it, I might have said something like that.
So I believed you and thought maybe I wanted a child. That's why we tried for a few months, right? Though you seem to have forgotten about that. But you immediately got obsessed with another woman, that Jessica, forgot all our promises, and here we are. There's no saving you. I have nothing to say. We're divorced, so I don't think I need to say anything.
Sarah, I'm really sorry, but I want to start over. I'll do anything!
Huh? That's obviously impossible. You burned that bridge to the ground.
I'm seriously reflecting this time. When it became public at work, I finally realized what a terrible thing I had done. It might be too late, but I want one more chance. Please, Sarah, I'll be a good father. Please! I have nothing left without you!
Too late, and that way of asking is too gross.
Ah! Sarah, don't you have any compassion left?
You said an old hag getting pregnant was gross. When I was struggling with morning sickness, you said such cruel words. I'm impressed you could say something so heartless. But absolutely not. I think you're gross now. How many times do you need to be fooled by young women? You're a 43-year-old man acting like a teenager.
I was confused. I wasn't thinking clearly. That woman manipulated me.
Also, you said you'd never see my child. I have that documented too. If you really want to see the child, ask Sandra to handle the procedures. But I don't want to see you, don't want you to meet the child, and your life will only be despair from now on.
Wait! Don't say that! I've learned my lesson! I know I messed up, but people can change!
This is the result of hurting others and following your own desires. It's what you deserve, so suffer in hell! Never involve yourself with us again.
At least, just in name. Please don't divorce me! My position at work!
Your position won't get better anyway, and the divorce is already finalized. Enjoy your life as a nobody forever. Bye then, you piece of trash. A few months later, I safely gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Both mother and child are healthy, and I feel happiness every day in our new life. I've decided never to let my son meet David. I judged that having someone like him as a father would negatively impact my son's future. My life is going very smoothly thanks to my sister-in-law, Sandra. The property division and child support arrangements after the divorce went smoothly with her support, and I have no financial worries. Meanwhile, my ex-husband David is living a completely ruined life. When his affair was discovered, he was looked down upon at work, demoted. His mistress Jessica ran off to another man, and he lost all his assets. He really is a foolish man. David's parents also seem to have given up on him and removed him from inheritance, which is only natural. Cut off from relatives, coldly treated by Sandra, he's now living alone in a small apartment. He seems to deeply regret everything, but it's too late. I heard Jessica is also living a hellish life. She was abandoned by the man she ran to, became buried in debt, and had no choice but to return to night work. Though it's what they deserve, I'm amazed at how both of them who insulted me ended up. Using my bitter past experience as a foundation, I'll now build peaceful and happy days with my son. I truly feel I made the right choice.